Hello, guys. Welcome to the Desert Goat channel. The goat with the most of what you decide. Um, I'm here in Kirby, Texas. They're about to do some shady stuff here. Compliments of that guy, I believe. Let's see what shady stuff they do about the Second Amendment. And for those who don't know, that woman there, she represents a company that defended Leon Valley with former police chief Joseph Savaggio, and we all know how that went. Over $1 million lost in lawsuits. And running behind schedule. Sorry, ma'am. Technical difficulties, guys. All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm ready. Call this meeting to order June 22nd at 7:15 p.m. Please rise for invocation and pledge of allegiance. Lord, we ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin our meeting. Please ease the minds and hearts of our citizens and city staff. Please help us work as a group and unite our community and not divide. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
excellent municipal services to our community in a physically responsible manner.
Sign the sheet.
City Secretary, please call roll.
Mayor Pro Tem Aldridge, he did notify us that he would not be present this evening. Councilmember Garza, he did notify us that he would not be present, but he is, Zoom. Councilmember Hitt. Councilmember Lozano.
Here.
Councilmember Martin.
Here.
Councilmember Molina.
Here.
Mayor Ryder.
Here.
We have a quorum.
It's in my bag.
Okay, moving on to citizen
His car.
participation.
Yeah, would you like me to go get it?
First we have Chief Pilburn. Would you like to step up?
Good evening, Council, Madam Mayor, citizens of Kirby. The Kirby Fire Department would like to see about getting usage of the city pool for a couple of hours. One day, say next week, the week after that, for some training on water rescues. We would probably need to have at least one lifeguard present, so that would be an added expense. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Mayor Kimberly Aldridge.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Kimberly Aldridge. I live at 5106 Reading here in Kirby. When I left office, I addressed Councilmember Garza. As I said, I hope he gives Mayor Grider the respect that she is owed for winning her seat. It has come to my attention that there was a Juneteenth post that a citizen asked Garza, why would you not let the mayor post her post on about a Juneteenth flyer with an event with information and with the history of Juneteenth. But instead, you made your own post where the mayor had to include the history of Juneteenth in the comments. I know that you are a narcissist, but I didn't think you were prejudiced too. Come to find out, the citizen from the community page that brought this to your attention, you blocked her and also threatened to block her husband's business, J. Rod Barbecue, as well. Doesn't everyone have the right to freedom of speech? The fact that you have so many citizens blocked from your personal community page is a disgrace since you are an elected official. I cannot call you a Karen as you are not a woman, so don't be a dick and do better. As I was watching the last council meeting, I heard you disrespect the mayor. Just because you did not like what she did or had to say, you sarcastically said, okay, Kimberly, I think you owe Mayor Grider an apology. But I'm glad to hear and see that I still live rent-free in your head.
Okay, next we have Mayor Lisa Pierce.
Mayor, Council, my name is Lisa Pierce. I reside at 5123 Happiness, and I'm here to voice opposition to item 10B. Punishing law-abiding citizens on city property to deter criminal behavior has never been a solution. Criminals don't care about signs or the size of the letters, and they don't care about the law. I know Council has received information on the legal challenges with an unlawful ordinance like this, so I won't even touch on the discrepancies. One can only gather that this ordinance was presented because of Mr. Miller's presentation at a previous council meeting. While I don't condone his tactics, he proved exactly what he intended. The city made a post that this item would be postponed tonight, which means that 4 of you must agree to the continuation of talking about this ordinance at a later date. A postponement must have a motion and second and 4 yes votes. It also means, as I mentioned, that this item is still being considered. I would ask that you not go this route. if you feel you don't want to waste money and time on such an ordinance. You don't have to postpone. If no motion or second to a motion is made, the agenda item will die. If you want to vote to reject the ordinance completely, a motion and second can be made along with 4 yeses. If this ordinance moves forward, the only ones getting a win will be the law firms fighting each other. Thank you.
Next we have Juan Ball. Valley, sorry.
Hello, I live at 101 Hedwig Street, and Raul Martinez, the owner at 102 Hedwig, applied for a single-family dwelling at his property, and well, to my understanding, he was denied his single-family dwelling, and I'm for him having a single-family dwelling because I live right across the street, and I don't want a business or negative traffic coming through our property or our house and our streets. And we live in a neighborhood, we don't live in a business park or anything like that, so we just want to keep it with residents and families. We need families up and down the street, not businesses. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Ralph
Bandino.
Bandy.
I'm Ralph Bandino. I live at 3927 Kirby Drive. I just like to know, what is the ordinance on keeping these alleyways clear? Because there's an alleyway that I cannot access to my house because it covers from one side to the other. There's been a dining room table in the middle of the alleyway that's been there for probably 7 months now. Someone's finally run it over. And when I live on Kirby Drive, the speed bumps you put in, you must as well take them out because nobody slows down for them. And that's especially the city buses that run up and down the road 40 miles an hour. The fire department runs faster when they're not on a call than when they're on a call running down that road. And then another thing I have is you guys drain the wells and you flood the street and you do it for 7 days in a row. Then you tear the asphalt up and you got big potholes in the road. And everybody flies up and down that road at 40, 50 miles an hour. It's a nightmare. I thought I moved to a peaceful neighborhood. But it's just, I just don't understand. And then the code enforcement told me that my trailer was fine where it was. 7 months later, she changes her mind and says, I have to move my trailer because I might leak oil on the grass. Where did this come from? I had a text from her that said it was fine where it was. Now it's gone. Now I took my trailer and I sold it. I just got rid of it because I'm not going to sit here and argue with you guys over it. But it's like you make your rules up as you go. I just moved here, just moved into this house and thought it was a nice, quiet neighborhood. But I've been attacked by a pit bull. And you got one of those down the street from me. He barks just to bark. He barks so much that he can't bark anymore that his voice is gone. You go 2 houses down, and I walk my dog, another dog attacks me. Jumps out of his yard. He runs up and down the neighborhood all the time. Animal Control flies back by and never does anything to him, sees him run down the street. I'm just very, very upset with the city that I didn't want to come here, but I was told that I needed to come here and say this because I have a permit out now because of putting a big addition on my house. And I'm hoping that they don't gate me on that and say, well, now you got to do this because I came here and said something, just like the same thing with my trailer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next we have Jack Melton. Did you want to do now and also on every item?
Get to the mic. Everybody can hear you. I just wanted to get to the mic so everybody can hear my response to that. So I want to talk on citizens to be heard. And then, as always, as I watch the agenda items, I'll probably try to wait till the very end. And I may not have anything to say after I hear what people say. So I intend to speak on all agenda items, but I might not. You understand what I'm saying?
So raise your hand like normal.
Yeah, I'll just raise my, I'll get your attention, and if I don't do that, that's on me. No?
Are you ready to start your sentence?
Yes. Oh, Jack Miller, 4839 Dick ordinance. So in response to the ordinance, the illegal ordinance that is proposed, I think it's on the agenda tonight, Everybody in the city should have received an email from my attorney, CJ Grisham. And if you did not receive that email, please let me know or get with any of your colleagues. They haven't. Some of you guys that are new, you're not on the city website with an email, so I couldn't send it to you. But I asked that if you send it to you. So if you don't have it, please ask them for it. It's an important email. This is my attorney that I retained specifically in response to this proposed ordinance. I will be the first person to violate illegal aspects of that ordinance if passed. And he will be the attorney, along with Rabel and Grimshaw, that will file the appropriate lawsuits for the civil rights violations that will occur if it's enforced. He clearly outlined why there would be violations. He outlined the laws and so on and so forth. So I would urge you guys to look at that letter closely. And while you're consulting with all kinds of experts, I would implore you to reach out to CJ Grisham. He is, I'm a Texas gun law expert myself. He's 10 times more of an expert than I am. He can help you avoid problems with this ordinance. And that is his intent and that is my intent. If I wanted to create problems or provoke you, I'd be sitting here quietly hoping that it passes. So that way I can get me a lawsuit. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm up here telling you, and I have paid an attorney to get involved, to help my city avoid a lawsuit, ironically, that I'll cause. Really, it wouldn't be me causing it, it would be y'all causing it, or whoever authored that letter causing it, which brings me to my second point. Correct me, please correct me if I'm wrong. That ordinance is authored by an attorney. That attorney represents a law firm that will represent you against me. The last city to do this was Olmos Park in Leon Valley. And I've said this before, and I don't think you believe me. They made about matter of fact, we were just talking about it in federal court mediation today. They made $1.4 million in legal defense fees, defending Leon Valley against me and other people in the lawsuit with me. Yet they're advising Leon Valley on how to stay out of trouble. But they're financially gaining from the trouble that these cities get into. They're advising you how to stay out of trouble, and they're going to financially gain if you get into trouble. It's the fox guarding the hen house, and I've said this before. They are a capable law firm, very capable and experienced. But don't depend on them to tell you how to stay out of a fight with me and my lawyers. It's just common sense. Seek some other legal advice. Get a second opinion. And please stay out of legal trouble regarding this ordinance. Ex-Mayor Kimberly Aldridge, God bless her soul. She's a great woman and a great person, and I know this. I've done my investigation of her when I was battling with her when she was mayor. My beef with her was her activities as mayor, or a lack of activities. I didn't feel she was ever in charge of anything. And I voiced my opinion about it, and I battled her from sunup to sundown. But I do like her as a person. She's a great person. So if anybody has a bad taste in their mouth about Miss Aldridge, I just want to let you know. Wash your mouth out. She's not married anymore. She's a great person. I don't have a beef with her no more. In fact, I don't have a beef with really anybody up here except for my last topic. I sent an email to Councilman Molina, and I asked Mr. Molina to retract his public statement that I displayed a firearm at the last council meeting. That is false. As far as it being a weapon, it's no more of a weapon than this chair that you gave me to sit in tonight, because I could take that chair and cause just as much harm to somebody. It's about its intended use. That was intended as an item for display and demonstration purposes. It was not a weapon. I went okay with it being called a BB gun, because that's exactly what it was. But I would appreciate at least some type of Mr. Molina to somehow address just that it was not a handgun. Thank you, or firearm, whatever you said. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Kyle Strong. Gibbler Engineering. All right, next we have Patrick White.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Okay, I'm not gonna keep kicking a dead horse, because Mr. Lena, you've already been told what you said was incorrect, and you should correct yourself. You've also been told that this ordinance that's been proposed and written up is illegal. You've been told that you got the fox guard in the hen house, you know, and I could go on and on about what you've been told. I'll go back to what I stated when you all came into office. This is a new council. Y'all say you're gonna build the city back together with unity and all this good stuff, and here we are trying to pick because we don't like what somebody did, because we're too much of a pussy to see a firearm, what we call a firearm. So, that being said, because I can go into depth, I am an investigative journalist. I do a lot of digging. I got a lot of time. I could go back and I could tell you about which person that works for the city or is involved in city council has a drinking problem, so forth and so forth. I can mention the racist joke that one of you have made recently, but I digress right now. But if we keep up the bullshit, it's gonna come out. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Next we have BJ Boyd.
Yes, my name is BJ Boyd. I live at 3634 Kirby Drive. I have lived in Kirby for 63 years, 173 days, and 23 minutes. That was stated for a certain person. I want to make a statement. Y'all need to make sure when you're out in public, restaurants, businesses, that you don't say something about someone. It came back to me that someone has. I won't go into details, but you need to respect where you are, because people will come say what you have said to someone else. And I want to give a big thanks to the police, the fire, Kirby Senior Center for attending Kirby Flag Day. Kirby Harmanson's Lodge has been in Kirby for 105 years, and this was printed a couple of years ago. They were chartered on October 24th, 1915. I was also told that when they first started, they used to meet in the back of the blacksmith shop in Kirby. So I just thought I'd give a little information about Kirby Harmanson's. You need to support every business, every organization. Everyone deserves everything everybody else gets. And the Harmansons, I've been doing this Flag Day for 3 or 4 years, and it's never been put on anything. I'm the one that, when the lady asked me to put it out there, that was the first time she said that they've had that many people the last couple of years since I was involved, because I am a Harmanson's member. So, you know, you need to support everybody, not just who you pick and choose. Also, Kirby Harmanson's in December awarded to Cardona, and here's the paper. We get one of these every month, and Harmanson's is dedicated to helping do things in the cities, or we have given to animal shelters. We have to vote on things. People bring it up. We have given to animal shelters. We've given to Boysville. We have certain programs we have to do and follow. Matter of fact, the last one was we gave $500. The main lodge would match whatever we gave. So an organization got $1,000 in Kirby. So just remember, you got to support everybody. So if anybody would like to see, this is Harmanson's, and these are all the Harmanson's lodges that send information of the things that they do. So I just think, you know, but Harmanson's is a life insurance company with a purpose to strengthen communities, its member involvement in charitable and community work. So I just wish that everybody, and I don't know if it's because I'm involved with it, that nobody wants to show up. I don't know, but that's not what it should be based on. Thank you.